I am announcing my candidacy for the 2024 Republican nomination to represent Colorado's 4th Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives.
So it is a day that ends in day, and I guess apparently it is time to hear from Colorado's finest. I guess that's what it is. So she is talking about moving from the 3rd Congressional District to the 4th, and it's a whole bunch of ramble, and apparently she's doing this to increase the number of conservatives in the U.S. House of Representatives. She's taking a conservative seat. Ken Buck, the dude who's retiring because literally they're doing too much that he has to buck the party because it's nonsense from a conservative perspective. So we all know that it's nonsense from a liberal perspective and nonsense from a moderate perspective. But even the conservatives, the most conservative of the conservatives, is saying that this is BS. And yeah, he's retiring. So she decides to move rather than stay in her district and fight for what she apparently believes is right. I mean, she's going on all these different tangents about, family values and, drag queens are just scaring and killing kids, but she's in places vaping and smoking and grabbing on crotches and all this other. Yeah, let's listen to her talk about it on the back end.
It's the right move for me personally, and it's the right decision for those who support our conservative movement. This is the right move for Colorado, for us. Since the first day I ran for public office, I promised I would do whatever it takes to stop the socialists and communists from taking over our country. That means staying in the fight, but it also means not allowing Hollywood elites and progressive money groups to buy the 3rd District, a seat that they have no business owning. I will not allow dark money that is directed at destroying me personally to steal this seat. It's not fair to the 3rd District and the conservatives there who have fought so hard for our victories, of which I'm incredibly grateful. Personally, this announcement is a fresh start following a pretty difficult year for me and my family. I had never been in politics before, and I'd never been through a divorce, something I never intended to go through. I've made my own personal mistakes and have owned up and apologized for them. It's tested my faith, my strength, and my abilities both as a mom and a congresswoman. It's been humbling and challenging, but it's also given me perspective and helped me grow. I cannot put into words how grateful I am for everyone who has steadfastly stood alongside of me in the 3rd District and across America. The relationships we have cultivated over the past few years are deeply cherished and unbreakable. 2024 is going to be tough. We cannot lose the 3rd, and Colorado's 4th District is hungry for an unapologetic defender of freedom with a proven track record of standing strong for conservative principles. We have to protect our majority in the House, win the Senate, and win the presidency. President Trump has made it very clear that when we take back the White House, he needs our conservative voices heard loud and clear. I love Colorado's 3rd, and I will continue working as hard as I can for the remainder of my term to be a great representative for everyone in this district. But I also spent years living on the Front Range and years representing rural America. The 3rd and 4th congressional districts comprise nearly 85% of Colorado's footprint and have less than 20 people per square mile. Rural America deserves a strong voice that fights for their freedoms. The American people are struggling with groceries, inflation, utility bills, and other monthly expenses that were fueled by Biden's spending spree. I know all too well how damaging the liberals have been to our entire state here in Colorado. I will be moving to the 4th in 2024 and will continue to take my conservative fight directly to them. And the Aspen donors, George Soros, and Hollywood actors that are trying to buy this seat, well, they can go pound sand. We aren't going to give them the opportunity to steal the 3rd. Republicans will hold the 3rd, and I'll proudly represent the 4th, and Republicans will be stronger for it. The future of our country is on the line. I'm going to continue to fight every day to secure the border, put a stop to Bidenomics, and reduce inflation. increase water storage, support ranchers and farmers, responsibly develop American energy and minerals, stop wokeism, and get our country back on track. I did not arrive at this decision easily. A lot of prayer, a lot of tough conversations, and a lot of perspective had convinced me that this is the best way I can continue to fight for Colorado, for the conservative movement, and for my children's future, and for the future of our great country. I love you. I appreciate all of your support more than you will ever know. May God continue to bless you. May He have His hand over our great nation. God bless America. Thank you all.
And I'm not even a doctor, but I've already diagnosed.
Straight from the horse's mouth. I mean, it's better to move, pick up and move and buy a new house in a different district, which I guess it'd be really nice if I made enough money that if I didn't like my job at plant A, I could just move and buy a house in the next neighborhood down the street, a couple of towns over, plan B, because I don't like my boss. That's just not how it works. Typically, you just kind of have to suck it up. And in this case, the constituents are the boss. And if what you're saying isn't enough to convince the voters in your district that you live in, that you own a home in, you can't convince them that your positions are correct, then maybe it's time to moderate some of those positions so that you can actually represent all the Coloradans. I mean, she kept saying that in the video, how she wanted to represent all the conservatives. I mean, the conservatives aren't even with you, sweetie. Like, this is not even a Democratic district. And for the dude to come within 500 votes last time, it just goes to show how weak you are as a candidate. That you have to move to a place where it's like a plus 30 something Republican district just to have a better shot at winning. I guess it's just not how I grew up, but live and let live. Until tomorrow, peace out.